Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Like you already know, my name is Prince, and today I'm going to be talking about a very important structure that can help entrepreneurs if they follow what I'm going to be saying step by step, just like I have outlined them. Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about the Scrum structures. Specifically, I'm going to be focusing on what happened on a daily stand-up, sprint retrospective, and a sprint planning. These are some of the 4 keys of the Scrum structures. We have 1, the sprint planning; we have 2, the daily stand-up; we have 3, the sprint review; and then we have 4, the sprint retrospective. All right, so these are all what I'm going to be focusing on today. But because of this video, I'm going to be focusing on the 3 different keys of the Scrum structures, which is 1, the sprint planning. Sometimes entrepreneurs are going to be beneficial with this because it is important for entrepreneurs to know these things because of how much they can work with people or collectively in making them their entrepreneur journey a success. The number 1 of it is the sprint planning. One may ask, why is this very important? Or let's even go back to the first key that I mentioned, the Scrum structures. What is the Scrum structures? The Scrum structures is just I would say it's a tool or an agile technology that has been put in place to help in solving problem or complex problems. All right, these problems are sometimes deposited into what we call the sprints. All right, and as a sprint, the ways sometimes it takes a little time frame to resolve, and this time frame is what we call the sprint. All right, so that brings me back to the 4 keys that I've mentioned in the sprint structure. We have 4 keys, 4 keys or 4 ceremonies of the Scrum structures. Number 1 of them is a sprint planning. Number 2 of them is a daily stand-up. Number 3 of them is the sprint review, and the number 4 of them is the sprint retrospective. Right, so but I'm just going to be taking on the sprint planning, the daily stand-up, and the sprint retrospective aspect of these Scrum structures. Right, so like the number 1 is rightfully outlined, the sprint planning. What is a sprint planning? Most people would ask. So a sprint planning occurs when before the sprint stand-up planning or the stand-up. It's like a step, right? Before you get to the stand-up, the daily stand-up, you have to first of all have like a planning, right? Like that, until you get to the last one, which is a sprint retrospective, right? So what is a sprint planning? Just like the name implies, this is a planning section. It's a planning section. Like, it's just a planning section. If the team should start sprint without a proper planning, everyone would definitely go different directions, right? It's just like while I was serving on a mission as a full-time missionary in the Church of Jesus of Latter-day Saints, when we leave our apartment without planning, we have planned to fail. We don't even know what we are going to do, right? So if you want to have like a successful sprint planning or a successful Scrum structure, you have to have an effective sprint planning, all right? Because this will give you a direction of how you want the team to go for that day or that week or that month. All right, so the sprint planning is simply an avenue where the team meets to plan on the success of their work or whatever they are going to be looking at. All right, the second one is the daily stand-up. So just like the name implies, this is kind of like this is usually like a daily Scrum, right? It's like this ensures that sprints is this ensures that the sprint is proceeding. Like, for example, the plans that you've made before in the meeting is a follow-up of the plan. We made a plan that we are going to go for the market and bring some resources or some how would I put it? So we are going to the market to bring some resources, yes, in order to facilitate the company. The daily stand-up is just a place where you kind of follow up on the proceedings. Are we really achieving the plans that we made? You know, that is what the daily stand-up ensures. Okay, so just like I've written down, effectively, it shows that the proceedings were followed effectively. It's usually an informal meeting, all right, designed to help identify any roadblocks and review their tasks. You know, just like I've mentioned earlier, this is kind of like an avenue where they meet again to talk about their plans, if there have been any roadblocks that stop them to achieving the plans they made in the sprint planning. And if they have not been, they proceed on effectiveness of the next step of the proceedings that they are looking to get for that week. And then the third one that I'm going to be talking about is the spring retrospective. Forgive my English language, sometimes I'm not that proficient in it, but I am really good in English. Okay, so just like I said, it's called the sprint retrospective. All right, this is just the last phrase, and in the Scrum. All right, the last phrase in the last phase of the Scrum, and during this last phrase, the Scrum Master, the development team, and the product owner meet to discuss the sprint success, challenges, and insight. And this usually should last an hour, like I've written down, right? So this is the last process where they kind of like do like a general overview if they've achieved the task. When the development manager, the product manager, and the Scrum Master comes together. The Scrum Master is someone like someone who's like a mentor, or someone who's like an individual who have been set aside to look or observe if the settings of the agreement is going on well, right? And that is a key to every entrepreneur. Every of your Scrum structures must have a Scrum Master. It's very, very important, because a Scrum Master is like someone who goes to see if the duty is being done and comes to give a report. It's very important to do return and report, right? So this is the last phase of the Scrum structure. The sprint retrospective is an aspect where they meet again to finalize and to see if their plannings have been met, and if there have been anything or challenges that they can discuss to improve on their next agenda or their next work progress. All right, and like I said, just to end this video, I would love to tell you that one of the ways to ensure Scrum Sprint is effective is to designate and ensure that they have a Scrum Master. Okay, a Scrum Master is a team member responsible to ensuring team members stay organized during the sprint. All right, he makes sure that time is being kept, things are being met, and organizations are being kept too, as promised. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. See you next week.